I just lost over $200 this weekend. All right, guys, and I'm going to give it to you straight. It's because I went over my budget this weekend. I'm going to break it down and tell you what I did over the weekend, why I messed up, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix this. So if you've been following the series, you should know by now that I have a budget that I calculated to spend only $100 per weekend just to hang out with friends or do whatever. But this particular weekend, I went overboard, okay? So I actually hung out with my ex-girlfriend. We're not together, but we're still having fun. We're enjoying. So I took her out to sushi, and I didn't know how much sushi prices went up nowadays. Just for 4 rolls, I ended up spending like 60 bucks, which is pretty insane. So each roll was pretty much like $16. I remember back in the day, these rolls used to be like $10, okay, for these specialty rolls. And the vibe was nice, and the guy was very nice to us, so I ended up tipping as well, which ended me up at $71. And then I had to go meet another friend that evening, which I haven't seen in a while, and she's done a lot for me, okay? So I decided to drive down to the beach, and, we go to this nice fancy restaurant, and those restaurants are not cheap, guys. Check out this menu. Okay, we were having a good time, and she's helped me out a lot. When I moved out with my ex-girlfriend at the time, she gave me some furniture, some decorations. Very nice lady, even gave me some money when we moved out. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay for our dinner tonight. So she went to the restroom, and then the bill was just right there. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to pay this for her. She's done a lot for me. And I ended up paying like 80 something dollars, and our waiter was very nice, very talkative, and they even fixed up one of our orders. So I decided to tip this guy 20 bucks. So I ended up paying like $102. So I ended up spending like $173 this weekend, which I'm going to fix. And here's how I'm going to do this, guys. So obviously I have a budget every weekend to be spending only $100. Luckily for me, I'm very disciplined, and I'm just going to offset this by not spending this much this weekend. I am going to my little brother's graduation, and I'll probably only drop maybe like 50 bucks. So that's going to offset this $173, and it's going to help me get back on track, guys. I'm just going to play it kind of smooth this weekend. Just, don't go too crazy with the food. We're going to be back on track. Now, guys, I want you to know that I'm not perfect, okay? Stuff like this happens to me too. You end up seeing two friends, you end up wanting to cover the bill. That's fine, okay? But then you got to be disciplined, and you got to make sure to tell yourself next weekend, all right, I'm just going to not do anything this weekend and keep it low profile, keep my discipline. I still have my goal of reaching $100,000. As long as you have that in the back of your head, you're not going to go crazy with the spending, because it's so easy. Once you start spending so much money, you just don't want to stop spending. You want to keep the spending frenzy going because you're on a high. You're addicted to it. I'm also not too worried just because I worked a lot of overtime this weekend. I worked over 10 hours of overtime, which I don't know about you guys, but for me, we get time and a half. And I understand right now that's pretty much going to offset it in itself. Now, of course, this would have been nice. All that overtime, I could have just invested into the market, kept buying VOO, which reminds me, guys, I'll be doing a portfolio breakdown one of these days, so stay tuned. Of course, you want to be making extra money, but as soon as you make extra money, guys, you don't want to just spend your chickens, okay? You don't want to just spend it right there, okay? You want to make extra money so you can put it aside or invest it. Maybe part of me at the time was a bit more emotional. I was like, you know what? I worked so much hours this weekend, I can afford it. You cannot have that mentality, guys. You got to keep this poverty maxing mentality. You may be wondering, guys, why are my glasses broken? Well, they're broken, but they still work. And perhaps when I meet a certain financial goal, I'm going to do a face reveal. Until then, I'm going to have to keep shopping for new glasses, but it be like that sometimes, guys. Sometimes you just got to save money wherever you can. All right, guys, this is going to be a quick video, but if you enjoyed this video and you want to make it to $100,000, guys, I suggest you like and subscribe. It's really good to be part of this community.